This KSi SeedConnex training video will cover recipes. To access recipes, select the Recipes text from the navigation bar. This will pull in all of the recipes that are set up and associated with the treatment machine that we have selected from the treatment machine drop-down box, in this case KSi Demo. From here, we can see that we have two recipes that are set up. One recipe is called No Treat, which would be used when we are running seed through the treater but not applying any treatment. Another recipe is recipe ABC. In this recipe, you can see that we have set up with two liquids as part of the recipe. Pump 1 will be applying liquid name 1 at 2 fluid ounces per unit, and pump 4 will be applying oil at a half fluid ounce per unit. We can edit this recipe by pressing edit, and we can change the recipe name, the description. We can associate it with a different seed variety, and we can add additional liquids. If we wanted to add pump 2 at a certain application rate, we could do that and say add to list and then press save. That recipe is now set up to apply 3 products, one from pump 1, one from pump 2, and also from pump 4. We also have, from recipes, we also have manufacturer lists. Manufacturer list recipes are going to be recipes that are set up and pushed down to your machine, or accessible to your machine from the manufacturer. On this machine, if we select this manufacturer list radio button in the top right corner above the form, we can see that we have no manufacturer recipes set up. To add a manufacturer recipe, select the Add button on the bottom right of the form, select the manufacturer, we'll select Demo Manufacturer, and the recipes that are available to you will be available in the recipe drop-down box. We will go through the process of adding a recipe number 1. When we select recipe 1, it's going to pull in the liquids as part of that recipe, which are liquid name 1, liquid name 2, liquid name 3. It's going to ask us to verify the liquid availability in our different liquid stands for these pumps. It's going to say the system found liquid name 1 in pump 1, liquid name 2 in pump 2, and liquid name 3 in pump number 3. Select the radio button to the left of the pump. It is possible, or to the left of the liquid stand, it is possible that you have one liquid and multiple liquid sources. If that happened, you would have 2 radio buttons to choose from. You would select which liquid stand you wanted this recipe to use. When you have that selected, press save. At this point, that recipe is now added as a manufacturer recipe to your system. We can add another recipe by clicking Add, selecting the manufacturer, and selecting the recipe. We'll select recipe 3. This recipe has 2 liquids. We'll select liquid name 1 out of pump 1 and liquid name 3 out of pump 3, and then press save. It'll tell us that that recipe successfully created, and we have both of these manufacturer recipes added. If we navigate to our automation system, we can navigate to the data page and to recipes, where we can see that the recipes that we have just added, recipe 1 and recipe 3, are showing up as recipes on our automation system. You will also notice that since these are manufacturer recipes, we cannot edit or add recipe items or change the rate to that particular recipe. We can, however, add a recipe description to these recipes. For example, this recipe is called recipe 3 as pulled down from the manufacturer. If you wanted to name that recipe or give it a nickname like full treat, you could type that in there and then save that recipe. Now when you are selecting this recipe as part of an order, you could search for a recipe from the recipe description called full treat. We could also do that with the other recipe, and this one we could say full treat 2, and we could save that. At this point, the recipes are set up and ready to go. When we are setting up orders, we can select from any of these recipes to use for any orders.